if we don't know many of them very personally, but just like, these interactions where we get to, just experience their life and their culture and how much peace and joy they have, and we get to experience that with them. So I think that's just developed in us this deep love for the community there. So,
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Michelle, what attracted you to the Alabaster cause?
I think just because I've always wanted to go to a third world country just to find out what it was like to be there, and then talking with Vina and and she told me about the experiences that she had there, so it kind of inspired me, kind of made me excited just to go to Kenya and find out what we're going to be doing in a couple weeks.
Cool. Callistus?
What was the question?
That's one on track.
What inspired you to be part of the journey, the group?
So it's something I've always wanted to do. I have an affinity for children in general, and the work itself, what Alabaster is doing, I think is great. This year is my jubilee year, so to speak, and I thought I would use that year to make a commitment to go, and I'm not too sure what to expect or what I'm going to contribute, but it's just a sense of something's going to happen, whether it's just the joy of interacting with those children and experiencing what they go through on a daily basis, no matter how small, no matter what it is. I want to get into their life and hopefully leave an impression on them that's godly and that's uplifting and that's encouraging, despite their economic state, despite anything else that's going on in their lives.
Good answer.
You are eating.
Somebody needs to eat too.
I put something in that from the floor. Wow.
What? We go to that.
Oh my god. No, because I threw it away. Ashanda, please.
It's too late now. He's probably eating the clean stuff.
I think I ate that.
And he's eating the clean.
It was a sun-dried tomato.
Oh, don't worry. Guys, coffee
I
is
stepped
ready.
on it, so that's weird.
Awesome.
Okay.
It doesn't matter now.
He put it from the
Director, can I give the coffee now?
No, we were still doing it.
I'm ready.
Oh.
See? Director is ready.
Thank you.
Director is like, okay, as long as you're bringing me coffee, that's okay.
Sweet.
Be careful, it's really hot.
I can tell.
Okay, so...
Thank you so much.
Okay, this is the 5th year now, and anyone can answer this question. This is the 5th year now. What are you guys hoping to achieve this year?
No, I see.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to do to spend some time with the youth. That's apart from the medical programming that we usually do, the clinics. So I'm hoping just to, let's see. Well, I'm gonna do a scripture study, and so I'm really hoping that to do it in a way that they can really interact with a word that God has for them, and to see them like kind of absorb that and see what God has through that. But then also do some creative activities with them. So yeah, I'm excited to see what new things, like to watch them learn about themselves and about each other, and just to try things that are new.
That was like that's like the what is it? The charm for new.
Can I
Okay.
answer?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think this year I'm excited because, the clinic is there and it's active and they have people that are coming there to give them healthcare, and so the pressure for our team to really serve all their medical needs is less this year. So I think because of that, we have more of a space to really get to know them, as individuals, as people, their hopes, their dreams, their cultures, their other struggles, their struggle for water and the girls' needs for feminine items, those things. So it's just exciting to sort of have a space created now where we can really interact with them and deepen our relationship with them, the kids, the teachers, the parents. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Okay. Okay, so actually this year now, I guess with me being involved, it's the first year that you've had so many people involved that are repeat sort of explorers, I guess you could say. That kept on bobbing into my mind. I was like, don't say that. Okay. But yeah, like, does it make you feel happy that they can, like, you have so many more people that can explore the same stuff, or does it make you feel that, like, safe, or does it make you feel like, you know, now I can step away from it a little bit, etc., etc. How do you? Yeah, you and everybody else as well. No, everybody else is. It's a good question for everyone, I think.
Well, I think it's great to have people coming back year after year for a couple of reasons. I mean, I think just logistically, because it gets easier in some ways, right? And you go year after year, so you have to spend less. You spend less time thinking about like the physical discomforts of things, and you can be kind of just more present to what's the greater things that are there. And I think also because of for the community, they see the same faces, so the trust is there, right? And so there's just a trust that's built that there's less barriers for us to kind of overcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you want?
No, kind of what you were going to say. It's nice for the community to see the same faces. You know, and I mean, and they love seeing the new faces too. They're like, oh, and they love getting to know you, but they also, there's some sort of, I feel like, without really knowing them, like you were saying, personally, but as a community, we know them and they know us. And so I think it's nice for them to see us come back every year as a crew, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and I personally really like having the new people just to see them experience it for the first time.
Yeah.
Because I remember my first time experiencing it, and it's different every year.
Mm.
You know, not good or bad, it's just different. But it's kind of cool, really awesome to see the new people experience it in a very different way. And you're like, oh yeah, like things that you kind of take for granted, or like, oh yeah, this is how it is. Like just watch them see it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Michelle, do you have any questions? If you have any questions, just feel free. Out of the scope that we've got set aside in our schedule, is there any stuff that you kind of for yourself you want to achieve there, that you're kind of keeping a secret, that you don't mind sharing with the rest of us? Like,
already shared a self-beautiful I am.
just a little bit here.
You kind of have one.
Yeah, take a picture with me, you know.
Sing ha.
That's also on film.
Everything you say is being recorded. Like just like a personal
Yeah, like I mean, it could be literally like, you know, just like having a proper conversation with an individual over there and really getting across emotion and sort of being able to sort of really communicate. Or it could be something, you know, that's just an example, or it could be like helping out somebody that really needed help, that you know that had you not been there, that would be, I mean, like for example, last time when we were there was quite a few things that happened, that like when Amanda saved that child with the what is it, the IV, remember how you guys fit the IV and stuff like that?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Like stuff like that there's no way that had you guys been there, that situation would be very different, the snake bite. And you hear stories about like that happening, and then you kind of say to yourself, well, it's terrible that it happened, but you know, thank God that you were there when that happened. You know, lots of other stuff might happen like that, but I mean that's obviously the you know, the height of that particular question. But at the same time, it could be something small, like I saw a giraffe and it was like, wow, you know, like yeah. So I guess you don't have to answer, either of you, but at the same time, like if you all have something to say, it would be fantastic.
So answer.
No pressure.
Well, I really want to talk more with James this year about his desire to be a doctor, and I want to like learn more about like his life, like where he lives and like what he does when he's not in school, and because he was one of the students that we like really connected with and kept showing up to all of our clinics. He even came on the weekend, you know, to come for the health trainings and stuff, and I think he's going to be leaving soon to go to secondary school, to high school. And so it'd be great, like, if we can get to know him more if there was a way for us to even help him, right, like financially, to be able to go through more schooling and get to reach that goal. So that's one of my goals this year.
Cool.
I think, so somewhat similarly, I think I just want, one of my goals is to, really get to know people on a more personal level, like some of the youth that we'll be spending some time with. And kind of along with that, but maybe a little bit more abstract, is that I think for me, the first year especially, I got overwhelmed at points and I can tend to withdraw, but I really want to like get everything out of the trip that I can, right? So I want to go for it, and whatever that means in whatever situation. So you guys can hold me accountable to that, to go for it. Just like relationally, just giving myself and like exploring and asking questions and doing what I can to love people. So yeah.
I think for me, it will be definitely, I want to see how the library is affecting the kids right now. I mean, how we can improve. Because I think like a couple of weeks ago, we received some pictures of the kids using the library books and by the principal, and we were like so excited after seeing those pictures, so that okay, the books are used by the kids. It's really nice to see that tangibly they're using it. I think the next step is going to be how we can go into a proper library, how we can improve the library in terms of books and everything. I think just to have a chat with the principal and see how we can go into the next level. Yeah.
I honestly haven't really thought about it that much. But it would be cool to see how the clinic is actually functioning. Because we did a lot last year to hoping that it would be what it is, and it would be nice to actually go to see it in a functioning way. Like last year was a lot of just like setting it up and preparing, I feel like, and so will we get to meet the healthcare worker that's okay. Yeah, that would be cool. And just, I don't know, maybe contribute in some way to like whatever they need as far as like resources or supplies. I don't know. Yeah. Kind of excited to see what that's going to be like.
You guys already answered that same question before. Hey, okay. Okay, so it's only 2 weeks, right? But there's so much preparation that gets involved in it. So in the build up, whereabouts do you feel the most tense, or where do you feel the most relaxed? And then when can you let your hair down?
Meaning like when we're there, when will we know when?
Yeah, like how like
the whole process.
Yeah, well, let me answer the question first then. Like, so I was feeling the most tense. I think like probably like maybe a day before. I think when I was at the airport, I was like, "Woo, let's do this thing!" But like literally, I think the day before, I was just like, "What do I pack? Holy shit! What if there's lions? What if there's lions? Do I bring a sword? Can I bring a sword?" Like these were legitimate questions I was asking myself. So,
do you have a sword?
Yeah, exactly.
Sword? I'm an American, man. I'm allowed to have a sword. Is it Fifth Amendment or Second Amendment? Second. There you go.
Sure.
Right to bear arms. Anyway, and then
Here you go.
And then like the I think the time when I was the most free and relaxed was probably not when I was on the plane or anything like that. I think it was probably it must have been the afternoon after the clinic, where we had done all the work and there was still a few days left in Antonio Lacho, and like I started actually talking to people when they said hello instead of just going, "Oh, I've got a film," and run off, when I could actually take some time to sort of enjoy everything. Because for my role, it feels like it's like when I do a wedding, it feels like I've got to take 1,000 shots, but as long as I get the first 20 shots and I know they're the ones that everybody wants, then I can relax and I know that my job is done. So the rest of it is just enjoying it, and whatever extra I get is fantastic. So that's kind of when, after the clinic was done, I knew that we got the shots that I needed to get, and then I knew I could relax, and I think that permeated as well. Like I felt other people relaxing when I wasn't going, oh my god, I need this. So that was really good. And then when I let my hair down completely, I think is when we went back to Kasarani Hotel, and that was like, oh, Tusker. All right, the end by James Crush. So, how about you guys? As for last year, and maybe even for this year, if you're forecasting it.
Is that for the new people too?
Yeah.
I was doing fine until people started questioning my
Today is the most stressful day.
So now I have to go back and unpack and look at everything and see, okay,
You packed already? You
yeah,
packed?
I really need to
You fancy.
add more stuff.
You are supposed to ask questions from us in that case because you have already packed it. You haven't even think about it.
And also make room for your headlamp. That's impressive.
That was a pretty tense moment for me when you told me you didn't bring it.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can see you. You're like, it's like the first time I
No, Shannon is like, here goes my headlamp.
Here goes your headlamp.
Oh, blimey.
Oh boy.
Oh, blimey. It's really funny.
Okay, so stressful time, relaxed time, and then let your hair down time.
I think stressful time for me is like clinic time. Like during, like you're like, don't screw up, don't give them the wrong medicine or the wrong dosage. Like for me, because I don't do it all the time, like it's not second nature, so I have to really think about it. And so that was part of it. But that would be probably the most stressful time, is when I'm actually seeing patients. The rest of the time, I'm pretty chill. Not a whole lot stresses me out, other than that.
I'm pretty much tense throughout.
That's all right. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I mean the planning part is definitely stressful, I think. This year was way less stressful than last year because the clinic's done, right? So yeah, tense would be planning it, and then I think I agree, like seeing patients, because it can it can get overwhelming, and I don't see kids here. I see adults, so when I'm over there, I'm really out of my comfort zone. Even as a nurse, like even though I am I'm a nurse practitioner, I'm still out of my comfort zone because I don't see kids. So and then when I let my hair down, I think on the safari, like Nakuru, is when I was like, oh, we're done. Yeah. This is like my 3-day vacation.
Poor thing got sick.
Oh yeah, I did get sick. I forgot that.
That was probably because you relaxed so much that
your body was allowed to be sick.
Yeah. And I think this year they'll probably be the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're gonna have 2 days of full day of clinic, right? So,
yeah.
But
are we having 2 days of clinic in Indonesia or wow, cool.
Yeah.
That's intense.
2 full days, right?
Thursday, Friday. And then we're off Saturday, Sunday. No clinic Saturday, Sunday. Unless you want to do a half day on one of those days, which we can talk about.
We can, depending on what's going on.
And how much they take advantage of it on the Friday.
Yeah.
See, I mean, that's like you were saying, there's less pressure this year for us to see everyone at it because there's a clinic there.
Yeah, and there's a health worker that comes at least once a month.
Once a month?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, at least.
So I think it's more than that, but
so there's a lot less pressure for them to feel like seeing us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not there.
Like the health worker came last month and did vaccinations for the kids. Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that weren't vaccinated for measles, mumps, and rubella.
Awesome.
Isn't that amazing? Like before they would have to walk so far to get those vaccines. It's so exciting. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry. That was an answer for one.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, so this year leading this programming, I think for me it's a little I'm excited about it. It's also a little stressful because there are some variables that we won't know until we're just there and we kind of figure it out on the fly. So I think for me that will be that will be stressful, and also just yeah, I think I feel a certain like weight of responsibility for the things that we're sharing, and just like using that time wisely and doing it in a way that really like respects and honors them. So yeah, so I think I feel the weight of that for sure. But you know, looking at the schedule, I was just realizing like, okay, we're doing that, and Saturday evening we get to do the Cinema Under the Stars, and then we get to go to church on Sunday, and then we just get to like help with clinic the next 2 days, which I really enjoy doing. So I'm excited for that. I mean, even though it's not like total pressure off, but I'm excited to get to experience clinic with you guys, and Shimpoli and Loika, and then for sure like Safari's hair down time, and also dancing and.
Yes, dancing at Costa. Very important.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Shannon's already stressed. I can see it.
Well, I have to go back to Ashanta's room.
That was hilarious. Oh, that could have been a short film on its own. That whole experience, that whole night. That was
It could be a horror film.
Very sure.
Very sure.
It was not that.
No, it wasn't that.
Well, when they were knocking on our door, it was awful.
Because looking at my no, someone is knocking. Oh my god, he got my sleep.
I did not sleep the rest
I
of the
mean,
night.
for you guys it was okay.
I had no idea what happened. I'll tell you about it.
Thanks for putting me on blast.
Ashanka?
I told you, that was the horror film.
No, I was not when you were stressed.
Stressful, relax, and then let your hair down.
I'm always stressful with regard to when you go into Kenya, the customs.
Right.
Yeah, because
yeah.
if they open our
Can I
bags,
ask you about the shirt?
I mean, this time if they open our bags, they're gonna take the bags. That's all. I mean,
That's still sucky though.
yeah, but still, yeah. I mean, so far we were
4 out of
blessed.
4. We're
Yeah, I mean, every time we
good.
put our personal bag on the top, so and they're not worried about us usually because they think, oh, okay, this is some Muslim who's coming to do safari, so it is okay. But then again, because last year it was the drone, because we were so worried about it.
We were so stressed about the drone.
Absolutely, yeah.
I just, even right now, it's my heart's just tachycardia. They just remembering that.
The drone though, after doing that, like this last time when I went for my sister's wedding, I must have gone to like 7 or 8 countries with that drone, and it was just like stopping over and stuff like that. And everyone was like, "What's in that?" I'm like, "A drone." Okay.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Yeah.
it's such a common thing. It's,
Common thing.
it's
It's
not
not a
it's
big
okay.
deal.
Yeah.
it's not a big deal at all anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Um, yeah, as long as you say it as well, it's just my hobby. It's not
Yeah.
it's not a professional thing. Not
Right.
for licenses and
Yeah.
etc.
Right.
Michelle,
So
did,
that-
sorry?
Oh no, were you done?
Yeah,
No,
no.
it's the relaxing point is after we are done with customs.
So the whole trip is in that first 5 minutes, and then you'll let your hair back time.
Same.
That's why.
Same.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Your
okay.
hair down is your hair is down even in Donyalasha?
Oh yeah.
You're not stressed there at all?
No.
Even when there's a crowd, your crowd control for clinic?
Oh, it's very easy.
Oh.
Hey, don't come. Don't.
He's the best person we could ever have, dude.
Well, they respect him too.
That's what
which
it
is
is.
helpful,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know him.
He's
Yeah.
the husband.
That's true.
It makes a difference, apparently.
Yeah.
Michelle, did you have any thoughts that you might like that you're feeling that you're stressed coming up to the time of?
I think I'm gonna feel stressed on the days of the clinic, like with Nina and Shannon said. But I'll feel okay knowing that they're there to help me.
Yeah.
We're
They all help
definitely
each
be out
other.
of my comfort
Team
zone.
discomfort.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
Team out
We'll
of
get
our
through the
comfort
day.
We're all out of the comfort zone.
Even Doug.
Yeah.
Even Doug has to sometimes give a shot. So, yeah.
Is there any things that you guys would like to talk about while I'm thinking up more questions?
Are you
How about
stressed
for
out?
you? You said
already
you already
answered.
done.
I answered it already.
Oh, I answered the first one anyway.
I know.
I think what?
Closest didn't answer.
No, you did.
Oh, you did?
You
Today.
answered the stress.
Oh, today. Oh, yeah.
Today
yeah.
was supposed to
Today.
be.
I'm so sorry.
We did well, huh?
I really, for me, that I didn't talk about my personal goal. I'd really like to be part of one of the ceremonies that they do. Like, I really would love to somehow interact. Like I missed out completely on the whole.
You're still upset about
Yeah,
that?
but I'm terribly upset about that still. if I could turn back time, I would. No, but I'd really like, you know, like
I would not.
they're really, really cool cultural things, like the you know, when they do the jumping stuff, or when
The
they
Moran
do
dance,
the Moran dance, or anything like that. In any sort of like small part, I'd love to just sort of be the token foreigner that sort of, you know, doms something or other and be part of it. I reckon that would be really cool. I'd love to, you know, more than for my experience, but for them to laugh and sort of have fun with that. You know what I mean? Like the outsider trying to be, you know, more part of the tribe. I think that would be really cool. All right, then. Okay, if this is probably more for the previous attendees, but what would you like to, like, what do you regret just a tiny little bit from the last experiences that you've had that you think that you can change and really sort of improve on this time when you go?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Came prepared.
Just, if they can even be the slightest sort of like, oh, that didn't go as nice as we planned. Okay, from order of, oh my god, that really sucked.
I think for me, my regret, don't nod like you know what I'm going to say. Even though you do. I did regret some of my interaction with the elders, right? Like that whole fiasco. And so I definitely want to be wiser about how I interact with them and how they, like, allowing myself to get pulled into like meetings or you know, things like that.
As in, don't allow yourself to get into...
Right, yeah, like more the political like decisions and stuff. Like I want GCN to handle that, girls want to work. So, and like Alabaster to always be in the background.
Right.
So I'm just gonna be. So that's a regret from last year that I really want this year to like not
be more of a donor as opposed to...
Right, like I just want to be more cognizant of that and always put the focus back onto GCN and them, right? And not like, oh, we have the resources, so let us help you. No, none of that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Right. So even like with the water, like I don't know if somebody's, you know, they're gonna be like, oh, gonna be asking us questions about like how often you're gonna fill it, like what's gonna be that, and I'm gonna be like, talk to GCN, talk to, you know, that's gonna be kind of be like my MO this year.
Yeah. Who are we going to have with us to sort of refer that?
No, we don't know yet.
Right. Okay.
Mercy knows what we need, and you know, so she'll.
Well, yeah, as long as I guess, and I mean, it's good to ask these questions because then everyone's cognizant of the same thing that we're sort of, so we can have almost like a second-hand, like, you know, sort of or first-hand sort of nature of what's going on, and we all need to look at each other and go, we need this, or so to speak, and everyone knows what we're talking about. We're on the same page. So.
Yeah. Because I think last year, like for you guys, like after the clinic was built, like and we launched it. The elders wanted to have like a meeting to talk about how we're going to staff the clinic, and they were willing to like pitch in monetarily to like hire someone and pay for their transportation, but then they were like, we need meds, and so they were kind of asking Alabaster to do that, and it kind of turned into this, it was a little messy because we're not there, right? And so we don't know the dynamics, and so I got pulled into this like really large meeting with all of the elders and sort of not realizing made a few promises that I shouldn't have, and then things kind of got out of hand. So then I had to sort of backtrack, and anyway, so it's okay now. But that's the stuff that I want to avoid. So if any one of the community members come to us asking those kind of questions, it's always to refer them back to the host NGO, which is GCN. Yeah, because without them we wouldn't be there, and so they're the ones who can answer the questions and all of that. So. Cool.
Okay. Anybody else? I'll reprint the question again. Like, so anything that of previous years or last year even that you kind of felt that you or we came slightly short on that you'd like to like sort of address when we go back there again, and sort of, you know, even something that's very minor, it can be very small, that you sort of went, man, sleeping mat, really should have bought a better sleeping mat. You're thinking anything. Tuskers, damn.
No, we always bring up Tuskers. It's never an issue.
I mean, I think for me, kind of what I said before, like I looking back, I mean, it's hard to remember like, oh, what was I feeling? Like, was I really tired or whatever? But looking back, I realized like, oh, I feel like I didn't, like spend enough time getting to know people. Like what was I doing all that time? You know what I mean? So I feel like just spending more time getting to know people and really investing in relationships is something that I want to do better, or to do more of this time.
Okay. I don't know, what did I want? An Osmo. That's what I want, an Osmo. Actually, no, legitimately, I think it would be really cool to have a backup camera that everybody can use, so that like, I kind of felt like a lot of the times, the most times I was under stress is because I knew something was going on that I had to be there for, and then I felt like my gut was saying I need to be somewhere else because there's something else that's happening that's very, very interesting, and that would be extremely frustrating because I was sitting there and then someone would say, "Release the drone," and I was like, and I would be like, "Oh, I can see these kids over here. They're like playing with the water and stuff. Like, oh, I need to get that, but I can't." So I think, yeah, if we do get that Osmo, it'll be amazing because then I can just literally say to somebody else, "Hey, just take that and just point it in that general vicinity, and we'll get it." You know what I mean? Which will be amazing.
Because it has like this internal stabilizer, so you don't have to have any skill
Yeah.
to do anything.
Yeah, it literally will just.
Basically,
Anybody can do it.
Yeah. What you see is what you get, and it'll be perfect. So that would be amazing. Yeah, I think that happened a few times. Like even maybe when we were doing the dances and when they were doing the Moran dance, and I was like, "Oh no, I've got to be a photographer!" And like legitimately that first moment when we got out of the van and they said, "Come, there's a thing going on. We need you to see that they're doing the dance. They're practicing. Come." And I was like, "Okay, cool." I'm shoving cameras and just running over to them. One camera was filming the dance. One was like taking photos, and I was just like this going. The photos looked amazing, but the camera was like pointing to the ground. It was terrible. The video, yeah. But yeah, hopefully that'll be good. Okay. When it's all done, what stories would you hope to be able to tell people when you come back? You don't want to like. I mean, I feel everyone's like, I don't want to kind of curse it by saying that we did this, but I mean, they're hopes for it, right? So it's not a big.
I mean, oh, go ahead. No, you go.
No, you go. No, seriously, you go first.
No, it's okay, I'll go. Just kidding.
I mean, I think the one story that I want to bring back is, well, as I said, I want to bring back James's story. I really want to know that story. And I really want to bring back the story of, like, what the women and children go through to get water. Like, I really want to, like, know that story. Like, in, like, you know, like, we know it, like, not, like, in terms of stats, right? Oh, they have to walk to the Champoli River, and this, you know. Yeah. But I really want to understand, like, that journey for them, and, like, what it is to wake up in the morning and, like, get dressed, have to, you know, wash their clothes, whatever, get to school, do their homework, and then walk back, and then walk for water, and then come back. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to understand that, like, their everyday lives a bit more, because I feel like I see them in clinic, and I'm like, oh, you're sick, okay, here's this. And especially for us medical people, like, I feel like we get a very, like, just a very small snapshot, because we're so many people that we need to see that we don't have the time to be like, oh, what was your day? You know, like, it's very like, okay, listen to lungs, this defends this, okay, next, you know. So I just really want to have more time. I want to bring back that story, yeah.
So there's this part of scripture that I feel like God gave me for the youth specifically that says, and I will, and you shall be named by a new name that the mouth of the Lord will give. So I think I just want to hear about their, like what God intends for them through that, like what new names God has for them, and I think, you know, like sometimes I feel like maybe there is a kind of a literal name or like a way that we have this like new sense of what of like what name we're carrying around or what story we're telling about ourselves or that God's telling about us. But I think also the like filling out of that, like what are the ways that like God's bringing a sense of like newness and joy to their lives and like bringing forth the purpose that He has for them. So like that's kind of what I think of when I think of the new names that God has. So I think I don't know how those stories will play out, or how, if it's like as a community we'll learn that, or if it's more like specifically for some of the youth that I get to know. But that's what I'm excited about.
I'm really excited about. There's a moment in the documentary where Shannon asks the kids what you want to be, like where she asks them. There's all the kids in the clinic, and not in the clinic. I think it was in the clinic. It was a clinic classroom, right? You're handing out vitamin A and stuff where you were asking them what they want to be, and there's a lot of nurses, there's a lot of doctors, there was even a lot of pilots and pastors. I don't know. I really. For me, when I was a kid growing up, we all had those aspirations of becoming those particular things or different things. But there was never when I was growing up in Australia anyway, there was never a particular route that was carved out for anyone. Like, it was sort of, some people knew how to get to where they work because their dad was a lawyer or their mum was a doctor or whatever it may be, and they had those routes planned out for them because their parents knew the route. I would love to sort of, I don't know, sit with some of the elders or the head teachers and ask them what they think, how would they identify a route for the kids that want to become doctors or the kids that want to become lawyers or whatever. Because that would, I think, foment for me a real sort of, maybe a guideline for other donors when we come back to sort of go, man, I would love to be a part of that. I would love to, if it only means buying these books and then having this kid test into this school back in Nairobi to be able to do that and then come back as a doctor, or you know what I mean? Like, to have a proper guideline, because it's one thing just having money or whatever, but to actually know from the educational standpoint how they can make those maneuvers, that would be awesome. Because I never knew that. Like, I would love to have been a pilot, and I think for the longest time I always thought when I was a kid, like, I can always do it. All I have to do is get good grades in maths, and that was it. But it's not it, really, is it? Like, there's a lot of things that you need to sort of move towards to actually become that. And in that particular field, I think it would be extremely difficult unless you did know that. And I can't imagine that all of the educational sort of workers there would know that. So if we kind of work that out and then give them the aid that they need, then they can help those kids out as well, which would be fantastic. Anything else?
That was so good.
It was really good.
What animal would you really like to see on safari?
A lion.
We already know, Shannon. Not mating this time?
No, just a whole pride of them.
Oh.
So more than two, under a tree.
Not mating.
Not mating. But not sleeping either, because that's hard.
I'd love to see a hunt. I'd love to see
Yeah.
seeing two lionesses prowling down some the guy's just kicking back and doing nothing. The lioness is that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be very cool.
What picture do you want us to bring back of what animal for you?
The giraffe.
Knock, done. That's easy. No big deal.
We've already got some
I've got time.
But we'll make one just for Michelle.
Yeah, we'll take a photo and put it for Michelle.
Yes.
What about Callistus?
He wants a
Animal.
selfie with the lion,
Yeah,
right?
selfie with the lion.
Something with the lion. Anybody else? Any particular animal that you want to see?
I really want to see an elephant, but I don't think they're going to be elephants unless I'm alright.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Next time.
I
We're
don't
gonna,
The other safari park has a lot of elephants. The one with the
next
M.
time we're doing elephants.
Next year.
We'll do that next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, there's always one that we can't get, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leopard. We didn't get to see
We
that
got
last
cheetah.
year. Right? It was the
That's a-
leopard.
I think the leopard.
Leopard is you see leopards everywhere.
Oh,
Cheetahs, you can't. Cheetahs are
Leopards
really
are one
hard
of the
to see.
big five.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't see them
I
last
thought
year.
cheetahs are one of the big five.
No,
I
it's
think
a
it was
leopard.
leopard.
I thought it was a cheetah also.
No.
Cheetah sounds a bit more rare to me. I mean, maybe because we're Sri
It's
Lankan,
not.
we have leopards all over.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
Leopards are lazy little pumas that just jump around and kill things.
Okay.
Cheetahs, man.
Not that they're not cool, but they were saying that leopards are more likely something you'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
At least at the Koro, we were supposed to see them,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Not
really?
and we never saw
Yeah.
them.
We saw a rhino and the two lions.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Cool.
right?
Yeah.
No, we saw like a black rhino, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
we saw like a
super
legit
rare.
rhino.
That's a super rare
White rhino, is it?
No, the black.
Black. I think I can't
It's
remember.
on the
The sun was there. It's in the documentary. Have a look. I made one.
Photoshop and
Yeah. Yeah. What do you hope to bring back for the people that are sending you there, like the church and all the people that are sort of sending you with their blessings, so to speak? What do you want for them to have? Last question. Family that you're telling me
Like
you're
you
leaving.
mean like a tangible, like a thing
No,
thing?
no,
or
no. I
just-
mean, like, what would you hope that they experience through you that you bring back? Like, sort of, what stories do you have that would you like for them to know that? Like, I mean, my mum would be like, "Oh, wow, that's fantastic that you got to go and." Well, what would she want me to do? I think I did it all last year. I think she would really love it if I did what I said I did before. Like if I went dancing with the tribe or something like that, she'd be like, "Wow, that is legit. That is so cool. We are blowing that up and we're putting it on the wall." Like I'm sure there would be like, you know, just. I think she gets a lot of joy from just knowing that I'm doing something that's not something that was on my wish list, but it absolutely is now. You know what I mean? Like something that I didn't know that I would be missing in my life. You know, and. Bringing that back and having her feel that way is amazing.
I think sharing some of the stories of people, you know, because it makes it less like, oh, you're going to Africa, and it's more like, oh, like you met these specific people, or you experienced life with these people, you know. So I think that's what really helps to convey, like where we're going, who we're with, and what the experience is about, you know.
Yeah, I think I really want to bring back stories to share with the kids at BCF. So I don't know what that's going to look like, so I still have to think more about it, but something where we can connect them more with the kids in Adoni Lasho. So there's we're making a bridge, right, between the kids here and the kids there. Whether it's pen pals, I don't know how that would work, but something where they can share stories or just learn more about because a lot of the kids, when we go down there to share, they ask us questions about the kids and their lives, and we know some, but we don't know everything, right? So to bring back, and actually names, this is Moses, and this is what he wants to be when he grows up, and this is his life, and he has 4 siblings or 8,000, whatever, depending on depending on his tribe.
We should write down the questions, and we can have a time for them to answer some. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Because I don't know what all of them have been.
Well, that could, that would be really good. I mean, we can have it almost, by doing that, we can almost have an interviewing process for whose story we want to follow too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talking to some of the kids and going, "Wow, that's a really cute one. Talk to them." That's what happened. There's a lot of kids that are really sort of, they just have what's the word for it? Energy about them that you sort of wow, I really want to know more about this kid.
Yeah, there's a few in the documentary that stick out to you. You're oh, you're interested.
Exactly. And I think by doing just what you were saying, I think that would be fantastic to sort of get a opportunity to ask them questions, and then you can follow up and say, "Hey, look, we're going to be here for this long. We'd love to, if it's okay, we'd love to go back to your house with your family and just see how we can get water and stuff like that. How you do what you guys do."
Well, and I think also just be able to go back to the kids and be like, "Oh, hey, we asked them the questions."
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And be like, "Oh, that's so cool," you know. Yeah.
And you would have the fuller story as well.
Yeah.
Any other taking back things? For, you can be a bracelet.
or some shoes.
Yeah, but then for yourself, right? Though, I brought these shoes back for you to look at.
Nothing else, just to look at.
Just to look at.
Talking about taking back, so what comes back in the suitcases?
Dust. Kenya.
Or some coffee.
Yeah,
Anything you
souvenirs.
want.
Yeah,
Coffee's
Whatever
good.
you want.
whatever. Yeah, but it's we usually put like the smaller suitcase in another suitcase.
It ends up. That's
Yeah,
usually
it
what
ends up being
that
all
way.
empty. Yeah, yeah.
The desert boots are pretty good though.
Oh
Just
yeah,
a
we should
recommendation, yeah.
buy one.
You should at least
the
try
safari
some on
boots,
and
yeah.
see how they feel, and you're like, these guys are onto something.
That's so durable.
You guys can have a whole little like crew and
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys can do that.
Yeah.
You would like them. They're stylish.
the island crew.
Did Doug get some?
No, he wasn't there. Remember?
Oh
No,
yeah.
he
He
was
left.
there.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, no, maybe not when we bought the shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It
was
was
there
like
the
the
day
first
we went to
time,
the
yeah.
mall, but when you guys bought the shoes, he wasn't
Ah,
there.
right, right.
Because it was like a
Oh, I
different
went there
day.
a couple times, right.
Yeah, he won't be
Yeah.
there for the mall this year though.
Yeah, he won't really be there for anything.
Well, he'll be there for Indonesia.
just for the,
Yeah.
and then he's leaving from Indonesia,
Yeah.
right?
Straight from Aloika. We'll go.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So he's not coming back on the trip with us back
He's
home.
not coming back with us.
Wow.
Well, I mean, yeah. We'll probably meet him. Jimmy will meet him at some central location, and then.
What, Aloika?
No. Like
After,
Magadi.
like,
After
all the
we're
way,
in
like
Nairobi.
maybe Magadi.
Oh, in the, oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
in Nairobi.
I thought you meant like he's getting his own Uber,
Yeah, because I
Uber
depending on
from
his
I
from
thought
Aloika.
depending on his
Oh,
flight time,
Oh,
we have to
okay.
figure out
When we leave and all that.
like where we'll have to pick him up to take him.
Got it.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Anything anybody wants to say? Any questions they would that sort of on the top of their mind that would like to be addressed? Okay, actually, one last question. One last question. This is really existential and really stupid, and we used to do this in school. This is a future message to yourself, right? So, talk to yourself. We'll watch this back a week after we get back. She's just not in it. Okay, so you can get to say, okay, so I'll say something to me. All right. Okay, I hope. I hope you had a lot of fun. I hope you went a little bit crazy and then found yourself again and then had a lot of arguments with everyone, got drunk on one night and then apologized profusely the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
You thought about that ahead of time.
No, not really. That's just it. Anyway. Yeah, just a future message to yourself.
All done. I hope that you found it all worth it and that it was better than you expected.
It's much better than mine.
Way to one up. Yeah.
Yeah. Like 3 up.
Yeah.
I can't.
And then you get drunk. No, I'm not going to. Yeah, you get drunk.
No?
No.
Crap, it's not part of your plan
No,
tomorrow.
not really. Unless there's a strawberry wine.
Oh.
I think I was a little tipsy that night.
Yeah, we all
Just took one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
can. You
really
don't
don't
have to
know.
think about it. Say something really simple. Like it's just sort of all it is it's a transference of what you want to have out of it.
Yeah.
So just and it's really trust me when you say it, when you hear yourself saying that back, it's like such a really weird but enjoyable.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think it's great.
Sure.
You go first.
I think it's great.
You go first.
Ladies first.
Oh boy.
Michelle.
Okay.
Ladies first.
I don't know why this is so hard for me.
It's hard.
Oh, you.
Because there's
can
a gamble in it as well, right? Because
Yeah,
if you
because
don't
you're
achieve
kind
what
of-
you're saying that
you
you're going to
don't-
achieve,
Oh,
then
no,
it
I
feels
don't- yeah, but
you feel like it's that you. But that's the whole point of it as well. It's like sort of so you throw yourself into those things that you want. You've got 5 minutes
Oh, okay.
and 1 second.
Wow. Okay, I'll go. Yes. I hope it was everything you thought it was going to be, but I also hope that there were things that you didn't expect and that you stepped outside of your comfort zone a little bit.
Quoting the doco, nice. Okay.
You can't copy me.
You got to. If you want to, you
Okay,
can copy it, but you
I
have to
got it.
repeat
You
it.
have to say it.
I hope you bring back names of 10 people that you are going to commit to praying for regularly.
Oh wow! You just unlocked
That's like,
But
I'm gonna have to do another
I said
one at the
names,
end.
not just like, oh, that girl that I remember with the uniform. But names, which means I need to develop relationships.
Can I just hope my carry-on bag is that?
That's amazing. That's so good.
You can.
I hope I prove to all of you that my carry-on bag is enough.
My carry-on bag is enough.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
That's really awesome.
And I don't need a headlock.
No,
you're pretty good.
I was just gonna say, I hope Callista's pees in the middle of the night because I want to.
No, you know what? I hope he does. I hope he gets a headlamp because if he doesn't, then he's not going to pee very far from the tent.
Yeah, that's true. You're not gonna go very far from the tent.
Okay, Michelle and Shanta, you guys are left.
I think for me, I will be
You
I
talk to
hope.
yourself.
Touch yourself.
talk to myself. Okay,
So,
I'm talking.
As if you're watching it.
Imagine I'm you.
Oh. So I will be surprised by the people over there, and that I'll be able to make some kind of a difference over there, and then I can come back and say, okay, I did something, rather than sitting at home. Yeah.
God, I'm going again. I'm going to go again.
Yeah, I vote a review for you.
It was real.
I just hope I have a life-changing experience and have fun with everyone here.
Bravo.
No, it's not. It's not as much of a sunflower. Nobody will be
Like
Mandy Sunflower.
I hope that I'm doing it again. I'm telling you.
He's gonna go.
I'm legitimately going
You're just great. No,
It was okay. No.
So you don't want to get drunk anymore?
No, I do.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
didn't get
Guys,
drunk easily.
I was not going on any documentary that long. Actually,
No,
Yeah.
I really hope that I throw myself into it. And like there's going to be times when I'm going to feel really rough and really kind of bruised and my ego will be down in the dumps and I'll feel like I didn't do exactly what I wanted to. But I really hope that I can dig deep and just sort of reset and just sort of go, alright, cool, you got me, that's all good, and just start again whenever I need to.
that's well done.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
you redeemed yourself. I like that reset.
Cool.
That happens a lot, right? You like go down a path, you're like, oh no. This was great, Jamie. Thank you for making us do this.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, it's
I'll
helpful
actually.
to, like,
It
reflect
really
ahead of
is
time.
helpful to like talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, it was really good.
What